Hello, everyone. So happy you are here today, and what a glorious day it is for a wonderful celebration. I first want to start out with, I don't know who to start with, but first I think it's Dylan, because I'm telling you, the cookies are awesome. Give it up for Dylan. I also want to extend appreciation to Jenny Perlman, Laurel Kennedy, and Cindy Londat for making this happen. This is they're planning for several months. If then, and they know I'm superstitious, so this is one event I can't plan too far in advance. Finishing first and third in the nation is elite. I really believe that the two teams represent our symbol of competitive excellence. That means our student athletes are symbols of excellence in how they train, how they balance their sport and academics, and how they understand that achieving at this level is a little edgy. In fact, it's a lot edgy. It's not always fun, and it makes us vulnerable. As Susan Wright stated last night, we learn true meaning of sacrifice through sport. And we learned so many things. We reveal our characters through sport. You are required to come from behind the curtain and face your fears. But true leaders know that they cannot lead at this level without facing one's fears. Coaches, congratulations. You are an incredible team of coaches. Greg, you are a master coach, and you are a master at pulling together excellence in your coaching staff. We love to watch you work, you strategize, you even share some of the craziness with me, and I am really impressed with all that you do, and we all are, and we all congratulate you. We know how hard you work. We know how difficult the decisions are that you make. And we realize the utter exhaustion that goes behind every ounce of everything that you extend. Coaches, you too have to come from behind the curtain and face your fears. You ask the difficult questions of yourselves. Sometimes you get it wrong, and you have to revisit the drawing board. But many times you get it right because you are such an incredible team. So we as a department, and all of us who are in attendance today, as well as those who couldn't make it, we want to thank you. We want to thank the student athletes. We want to thank the coaches. We want to thank Gina, Bo, and Chris for all of the work that they've done day in and day out, for being symbols of excellence for all of us. You make us Denison proud. So can we acknowledge both of our teams? And as I typically say, none of this could happen without incredible leadership of our trustees and our president and senior staff leadership. And so from behind the curtain, here is our fearless leader, Adam Weinberg.
Can we just give a round of applause to the Division III Athletic Director of the Year, Nan Carney DeBoer. There's nobody who does more or cares more about Denison athletics than Nan. There's also nobody who gives other people more credit than they deserve that really belongs to her than Nan. So thank you for those nice comments, but they belong to you. So, look, what a remarkable showing. So let's just remind ourselves of some facts that I've repeated to just about everybody and anybody I know over the last couple weeks. Our men, second straight national championship. National championships 5 out of the last 9 years, 39 All-American performances, 14th consecutive time in the top 3. Our women, third place in the nation, 12 straight times in the top 4. 3 event national championships, and 26 All-American performances. You accomplished more in 4 days than almost every other college there combined was able to accomplish over those 4 days. Let's just give yourselves a round of applause. So I just want to make 3 comments about your performance. First, I just want to say, as a president, how much I respect who you are and what you do as Denison swimmers and divers. It is not easy. There are days when I'm coming up to campus really, really, really early, and you're already walking back up the hill. And it's cold. It's cold when I'm coming down at 6. I don't know what it's like when you're walking down that hill. I know the sacrifices you make all year, whether it's sleep or nutrition, working out. I recognize the team aspect of this sport. There is nothing easy about being a swimmer or a diver at Denison, and yet you do it with such grace and poise. I just want you to hear from me that I have a tremendous amount of respect for you as individuals. I have a tremendous amount of respect for this program, and I'm really proud to be the president of a college that has student athletes like you in a program like this one. Here's the second thing I want to say. I want to express some gratitude. Hopefully you know this, but I don't think you quite appreciate how much you impact other people's views of this great college. Every time you walk out onto a deck, every time you're at a meet and are walking around the facility, every time you're in the pool, you remind people why this is a great college. And it's not just that you win. It's how you win. It's how you carry yourself. This is a program that performs at the highest level, but this is also a program that's built on values and that respects character. I can't tell you how many emails I've received over the last 6 years, and in particular, how many I received this year from friends who had sons and daughters on other teams that just talked about how A, they wished that their sons and daughters had come to Denison, but B, how impressed they were with the Denison team. Here's the third. I want to end where Nan ended. I want to acknowledge our coaching staff, and actually I want to acknowledge our entire athletic department. None of this happens without your commitment. None of this happens without your time, and none of this happens without your talent. We have lots and lots of national data to suggest 2 things. The first is the single biggest predictor on whether you'll look back in 50 years and say, my life turned out better than I ever thought it would, and college played a large role, is did you connect with somebody in college, a coach or a faculty member who cared about you, who connected with you, and who often catalyzed you. We call it mentorship. We know that happens for less than 30% of all college students nationally, and we know that figure at Denison's closer to 90%. These coaches care deeply, not just about you as swimmers and divers, but about you as students and as human beings. I've come to respect them tremendously over the last 6 years. Can we just give them a round of applause? And now it is my great honor to introduce one of the finest educators I know, Coach Greg Perini.
All right. Yes? Yes? Okay. Been thinking a lot about this moment and the comments I wanted to make. My head's been swimming a lot. Sorry for that pun. My head has been spinning a lot for the last several weeks for a lot of different reasons. Trying to kind of embrace what's been going on and things like that. But you know, the prevailing feeling, the prevailing thought over the last several weeks is gratitude. And it's gratitude towards Adam, the Board of Trustees, and Nan, the great leadership that we have on this campus that allows us and provides us the resources and opportunities to pursue excellence in a way that we do. It's gratitude from my coaching staff. Frankly, I think is the best coaching staff in the country. Kellen, Kim, Russ, Amanda, Bill, Phoebe, my wife. We've just got, Coach Bo, we've just got such a great support system behind us that allows our athletes to pursue things. We're diverse. I think between Bill and Kellen, there's probably 50 years of age difference there. That's intentional, but we're cross-generational, which is all good. But just gratitude towards my coaching staff. Gratitude towards my graduating seniors, who really have just embraced a vision of excellence and then lived into that vision on a day-to-day basis. Gratitude for a women's team that was willing to stretch itself and challenge itself this year in ways that were not always measurable, ways that were particularly challenging both in and out of the pool. And just gratitude to be here and be working for such a fine university. There's all sorts of ways to measure success, and I think as educators and as athletes and as students, we've got to be pretty smart about what yardstick we use. I've actually got a yardstick in my office that says a different yardstick. And we talk about this as a team, and national titles are one way of doing it, but honestly, it's not how we measure our success or lack thereof. We've always put learning and just basically individual learning, team learning at the forefront of everything we do. And this team, these two teams in particular, among the I guess now 64 teams that I've coached, these two teams in particular probably embraced learning above, probably better than any squads I've ever worked with before. I remember as we were getting ready to go to NCAAs, we had a sit down with both teams and we talked about how are we going to know if we've been successful at this meet. And winning was never part of the conversation. It was whether or not we were going to perform at our best and whether or not we were going to continue to get better session by session by session, taking on the challenges both internally and externally to bring out the best in ourselves. And from that standpoint, this team, sure, we've got the hardware here to prove something, but that's really not the tale. That's not the story. The story is what went on for the last 6 months, all the hard work. This is the tip of the iceberg, but it's all the other stuff that took place getting there that, for me, ultimately is the most important thing. I heard an interview recently with Billy Donovan, the basketball coach from the University of Florida, and now I think currently the coach at Oklahoma City Thunder, and they had won back-to-back national titles at the University of Florida. And he was asked how that changed him, winning back-to-back titles. And he says, you know, after I won the second title, my prevailing feeling, I was depressed. I was really sad after winning the second title because it hadn't changed me. I was just the same person I was before I went to those tournaments. And I don't think winning or losing necessarily changes you, but I do think the process of learning changes you. And I think that that's how I'm going to remember these two teams in particular, that they put learning before everything else. They took on the challenges both externally and internally and came out a lot better individuals, a lot better swimmers, a lot better divers, and we're a much better team as a result of it. Just really grateful to be working with a group of young people that were willing to trust themselves, trust the coaching staff, and trust the path that we put them on, because this is really hard stuff. A commitment to excellence, a commitment to bringing out the best of yourself every single day is not easy. And these kids took on the challenge each and every day, and we're really proud of them.